Hey, hello everybody. This is Ralph back with a three-card tarot reading. We're going to be looking at the energy for tomorrow, Thursday, April the 23rd, 2026. And this is not a specific reading. This is just a general reading looking at the general energy of the day. And the three cards that I drew out at random, first card representing the past of the situation is the Eight of Cups. Now, this card, as do the other cards, this deck is the Aquarian Tarot deck. And the Eight of Cups can represent moving away from what was once important to you, leaving behind something that was precious, and going on a different path. Maybe exploring, moving in a different direction. And we can do this for a variety of different reasons. Sometimes we find that the things that used to thrill us and excite us no longer thrill and excite us anymore. Sometimes we find that, the things that we thought would give us meaning in life, that we thought would give us hope, that would give us a certain sense of value, no longer give us that. And so, for whatever reason, this card signifies the process of moving away from something that you once felt of as being dear and now moving in a different direction. Now, why would one do that? Well, the next card here, I think, is our why. This is the present energy, and this is the Four of Swords. Four of Swords can speak to healing, can speak to recovery, can speak to meditation, can also speak of firm foundations, or maybe doing some more foundational work. And that's where I see the Eight of Cups meaning in all this. Uh, you've been building, you've been going in a what you thought of as being a good direction. But now, lately, over the past few days, maybe the past few weeks, you've had this feeling that you've strayed away from your main foundational values, your core beliefs. And now it's time to get back to basics. It's time to get back to your core values. Time to get back to your foundation. And the Four of Swords, as do all of the fours in tarot, they don't signify growth. They can signify stagnation. They can signify a lack of growth. But when you're repairing your foundations, when you're doing foundational work, when you're making sure that you're growing in the right direction, a pause in growth is a good thing. A pause to where you can be actually taking a look at your foundations and making sure that you're still on focus, that you're still on track, making sure that you're still standing up for the values that you said you were standing up for maybe months or years ago. If you strayed too much from your core focus, from your core reason for being, your core mission in life, and maybe just going through the motions because it was comfortable or because it was profitable, then yes, getting back to basics, firming up your foundations, that is a very good thing. And then the final card representing the future outcome is the Five of Pentacles. Five of Pentacles is another card in tarot, tends to get kind of a bad rap. People think of it as representing poverty. Well, five can also represent change. Five can also represent the energy of advancement, of pushing ahead. And in any tarot deck that you may be looking at right now, take a look at the Five of Pentacles. Most all of them show a picture of a couple dressed in rags passing by a brightly lit church window. And to me, in the context of these other cards, it represents progressing out of poverty. And this could be actual physical poverty. It could be a mindset of lack and poverty. Could be a mindset that's been keeping you stuck for years, and you couldn't quite put your finger on what was holding you back. Well, when you figure out it's your own mind working against you, your own mindset, your own core beliefs that no longer serve you, and you start changing your mindset, improving your mindset, improving and updating what you feel in your heart, your worldview, and your reason for being, then you can start moving ahead and start taking positive action in your life. So those three cards, the Eight of Cups, yeah, doing some foundational, looking at your foundation, seeing what needs to change, seeing what needs to be left behind, seeing if a new direction in your building is needed. And then the Four of Swords, doing that foundational work, making sure you've got a firm foundation before you build any more of the structure at hand. And then the Five of Pentacles, moving ahead, knowing that your core values, your core foundational beliefs, your reason for being, all that stuff is being respected and taken into account. And then you're ready to build because now you know you're building in the right direction and you're ready to move ahead, this time in a much better way. All right, so that's the reading for tomorrow, Thursday. Going to be a great day, it looks like. A lot of positive energy there, even though some of the cards traditionally get looked upon as being somewhat negative. But yeah, if you know where you're growing and you're growing in the right direction, then that is the best way to grow. So, hope you found some value in this. This is Ralph signing out. If you would like to see about booking your own private tarot reading by phone, I do them in English. My wife does them in Spanish. You can find us online at ralphstarot.com. And that link will be in my bio or in the program description down below, depending on where you're seeing this video. All right, Ralph signing out. Have a great day. Talk soon. Bye-bye.